Assalamualaikum and good day, madam. Before we dive further into the details of our group's campaign, firstly I would like to show you the article which made us choose domestic violence as our topic. According to an article from the Sun Daily in 2021, 902 cases of domestic violence were reported from January to April in 2021. Most of the domestic violence cases happened because of economic pressure due to affected income since the pandemic struck. Datuk Sri Rina Mohamad Harun, Women, Family and Community Development Minister, said that statistics from the police showed that 5,260 investigation papers had been opened involving domestic violence. In addition, the ministry's talian Kase had received 2,540 calls related to domestic violence cases. By looking at the number of cases that had been reported, we found out that this issue is very alarming to the community, and thus we want them to know more about domestic violence.
Greetings everyone, there are common misunderstandings about what constitutes domestic violence. Having a better understanding of what domestic violence is can help you identify if you're experiencing or if someone you know is experiencing it. Domestic violence can be defined as a range of behavior against a current or a former partner. The behavior may be in the form of physical and sexual assault, verbal abuse, threats, emotional and financial abuse. Sometimes domestic violence is also referred to as domestic abuse relationship. Regardless of the term, they all mean abuse that happen to people in all walks of life, regardless of age, gender, sexual orientations or race. Without further ado, let's talk about background of our campaign. The issue of domestic violence has been chosen by our group as the subject of our campaign. Say No to Domestic Violence is the name that our group came up with. The second area of focus for our program is our campaign scope, which is injury prevention related behaviors to impact and community involvement behaviors to impact. Moreover, the Kuching community is our primary target audience. The reasons why we choose this campaign is we aim to raise awareness of domestic violence, providing a platform to give victims a voice and increase public understanding of what can be done to help those who are the victims of domestic violence.
Move on to the product of our campaign. Firstly, our core product is to prevent domestic violence amongst local community in Kuching. Next, our actual product is to lodge a report, and the augmented product is for our target audience to obtain information regarding emergency hotline services. In terms of the price for our campaign, the mandatory price is security devices kit, while for the non-mandatory is time acquired for skillfully use security devices kit and the effort in learning how to use the security devices kit. In psychological aspect, it is whether their experience affects their daily life, and minor injuries also might happen while using the security devices kit, resulting in the physical discomfort for most people.
Assalamualaikum, madam. For the next P in the 4 Ps is place. The targeted audience will lodge a police report at Polis Diraja Malaysia (PDRM), One-Stop Center Crisis or SCC for medical treatment and counseling session at Counseling Center. For last P in the 4 Ps is promotion. We use social media such as Facebook and WhatsApp as our platform to share and expose our campaign to our target audience. We create page and upload details of the campaign with Facebook. Meanwhile, WhatsApp to expose and share our Facebook link to others.
Let's move on to the first objective, which is to encourage the local community in Kuching to get a counseling from a professional. It is a way to believe that by talking to a counselor, you can talk more about you and your feelings and seek help in curating coping strategies to share the load. It has been found that 7.6% of the survivors of domestic violence suffer from the psychological and emotional abuse. As shown in the findings of the Women's AIDS Organization study, only half of the total number of respondents decided to accept counseling. Second objective, to encourage the local community in Kuching to seek medical treatment from OSCC, to believe that they can receive the free medical service and also to collect the medical evidence which can be used in the court. It has been found that in Malaysia, the One-Stop Crisis Center OSCC reported that 62.3% of the clinicals and 65.9% of the nursing staff perceived that domestic violence within the patients attending their clinic was either rare, very, or rare. Third objective is to encourage the local community in Kuching to lodge a report, to believe by filing a report will contribute to minimizing the domestic abuse cases. The online news daily stated that for domestic violent crimes, there are 366 cases that reported from the January to June 2021, a decrease of 40% or 60 cases last year.
To conclude it all, commonly minor incidents of possessiveness or intimidation can lead to a more serious forms of domestic violence. It's life-threatening. Therefore, we are here to educate the public about the prevalence of abuse. The problem of domestic abuse runs deep and touches many people in our community, including the member of our family, our friends and colleagues. This is a chance to bring attention to the problem, push for reform, acknowledge individuals who have overcome domestic violence abuse, and remember those whose life were cut brutally short. Besides that, we want this campaign to alert survivors to the options and resources that are available to them. If you or a loved one that is currently suffering any form of domestic violence, please be assured that you are not alone and that there is help available and that you can find a way out of the situation. That is all from us. Thank you.